Hey guys, I'm Rich. This is Rich with Cars. Today, I'm gonna go over an amazing 2021 BMW X6M Competition. And this is no regular X6M Competition, by the way. If you guys notice here behind me, we have a different color, so it's wrapped. Fully modified X6M Competition, and I'm super excited to go over this car with you guys. I did a couple of shorts and I wanted to do an honest review about it, going over some of the stuff that this car has. As you guys see behind me, we have some modifications also on the exterior. So as always, we're gonna go over an exterior overview, interior, engine, cargo, and then of course some driving impressions. So guys, strap in, let's take a look. So this 2021 BMW X6M Competition is one of the various vehicles in the segment of SUV coupes, which includes a GLE 63 Coupe, Porsche Cayenne Coupe Turbo S, probably the Lamborghini Urus, and then of course we have some of the higher end ones alongside with the Lamborghini, like the Aston Martin DBX and the DBX 707. This particular X6M Competition though is no regular X6 Competition, and I'm very excited to show you guys what's been done to it so you guys can take a look all around in terms of the beauty of it, because I personally love the way it looks. Looks very menacing, especially in this color. So coming in right at the beginning here at the front, we have a front lip all in carbon alongside with a carbon front grille. And of course, let's not forget, we have this incredible red color that is a wrap, but it's sort of like a deep red cherry color, and it's gorgeous. It really looks nice and it pops under the sun. You guys will see also some massive 23-inch wheels made by Vossen. Then we can see additional carbon fiber accents on the venting area, carbon fiber side view mirror caps. We have a carbon fiber side skirt, and then we move further towards the back with these 23-inch Vossen wheels wrapped in 335s, my friends. 335s. Now that is some thick rubber in the rear. And then we move further behind with some more carbon fiber accenting around the reflectors, which have been blacked out. And then we can see further behind here where the carbon fiber diffuser wraps all the way around with these little light accents as well. We have these fat exhaust tips over here, and they're not just tips. These are part of the fully modified exhaust system that sits under this car. It's a full catback system made by Armitrix. We have an additional carbon fiber accent over here that shows the brand of the carbon fiber lip kit called Larte. Carbon fiber lip spoiler, and then we have an additional roof spoiler also in carbon fiber. And then let's not forget also, we have the antenna or the shark fin also in carbon fiber. So this thing is decked out in carbon fiber components on the exterior, and it's also in this incredible red wrap. If you guys have noticed as well, we have the fact that this car has been dropped. We barely see a gap on an X6M over here. I mean, this thing is fully modified and it looks incredible. I especially love the front lip spoiler. It really gives it a different and distinct look. Not for everyone, but definitely it makes this car look much more sporty, because a lot of people aren't big fans of the X6M Competition. I myself was not one of them, but I can tell you with 100% confidence that this car now is probably one of my favorite SUV coupes, especially the way that it's been modified. This X6M also comes with soft closed doors, so you guys will see over here. Nice, cool little luxurious feature. For the interior of this X6M Competition, you guys will see some X6M badging with the competition over here on the sill. And you guys will notice that the original color of this X6M Competition is white, because the interior door jambs were not actually done or finished in the red wrap. Nothing's been really done to the interior except for the steering wheel, which I'll show you guys a bit later on, but I really do enjoy the interior of the X6M Comp. So we have the door handle, which is a mechanical door handle, but it's finished in a really nice brushed aluminum with your door lock and unlock and your seat memory buttons, the trunk release button, and you have your window controls over there. This particular vehicle does come with a Bowers & Wilkins system, and then we have some nice carbon fiber accenting. The leather also runs all the way to the bottom, which is a nice fine touch, and you do have quite a bit of space here on the door for a large, let's say 700 milliliter bottle, and some additional space here for other items. Very similar seats to the M5 that I have, but this one particularly has some really nice stitching as well. As you guys will see, it's got a honeycomb stitch all the way down the back as well as the bottom. And then we have quite a bit of adjustability on these seats. I believe these seats are probably 16 or 18 way power seats. And finally, we have aluminum footrest and brake and gas pedal. So this is the only modification that's been done on the interior of this X6M Competition, and I love it, to be honest. It's a carbon fiber steering wheel with a flat bottom alongside with carbon fiber paddles. Gives it a very sporty look. The beauty of it is that it also retains a lot of the functionality. Updated fully digital gauge cluster, which allows for multiple different functionalities, and it gives you different types of views. Things do change based on the driving modes. The carbon fiber accenting continues throughout the interior trim of the vehicle, especially here in the middle, which I love. This middle part over here, you have a bunch of carbon fiber alongside with your X6M badging. You have some cup holders in here. A cool feature of the X6M is the fact that these two cup holders will allow you to either cool it or keep it warm. So you have the option of doing either or on both cup holders, which is really neat. You have some additional storage in the rear that also serves as wireless charging. On the left side of the driver, you do have your different light controls. Always keep it in auto, of course. And then a little extra storage compartment, very similar to the M5. I do enjoy quite a bit the fact that you have leather throughout here at the bottom part of the dash, alongside with some more leather on the upper part of the dash. You have your climate controls here in the middle, with a portion of it being in digital, and then hard buttons over here, and then you have some radio hard buttons here at the bottom, but the majority of it is controlled through the iDrive system, which is, I believe, iDrive 7, which include everything from your M menu, which does have functionalities of configuring your different M buttons, which are here on the steering wheel. I can go deep into iDrive, but it's gonna take way too long. Many different BMWs will have this version of iDrive. If you're already familiar with BMW, then this should be no different than any other BMW that you've driven before of this generation. So we have this middle compartment also covered in leather with additional space, and you have some USB-C plugs, Alcantara headliner alongside your sunroof. The other cool thing is the fact that you have these seat belts in the M tricolors over here, so a nice little feature, but very nicely appointed interior, very similar to other M cars. And I like the fact that you have a mix of both digital and hard buttons. So the X6M also comes with quite a bit of storage space. Unfortunately, I can't show you the full thing because it is being used up right now, but you guys can see that there's quite a bit of plush toys that can be placed here in the rear. And I do like this privacy compartment over here. It's hard. It's got the X6 badging over there, and it's cool because it can fold out of place, so it doesn't necessarily need to be removed if you need to have more accessibility. Ultimately, I'll show you guys what the cargo volume is here, and I do like the fact that it does have a large opening here in the rear as well. So this particular X6M, as you guys can see, is no regular X6M Competition. It's been upgraded to Dinan components, which include this Dinan air intake, alongside it with a tune from Dinan as well. I've been told by the owner that it does push around 820 horsepower. I'm not sure about the torque. I think it goes up to about 680 or 700 pounds per foot of torque. You know, this is a considerable upgrade from OEM, because the OEM X6M I believe has about 620 horsepower. This is on a different level, and I love the way that the carbon fiber air intake system from Dinan really dresses up the engine compartment area. It really gives it a completely different look, a nice classy but sporty feel under the hood. Very, very nicely done, very clean. I'm not sure what the fuel economy is after the modifications. That hasn't been tested, of course, but I'll show you guys what the OEM fuel economy numbers are. You can probably imagine that the fuel economy numbers decrease, so you probably have a lower range on this, but all in the name of power and performance. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, so driving the 2021 BMW X6 M Competition, but this one is no regular BMW X6 Comp. It's fully modified, like I mentioned before. It's got the Dinan tune with the air intake system alongside with a Army Tricks full catback exhaust, which sounds incredible. I think this is pushing like around 800 horsepower, but I don't have the exact figures. It definitely drives like a car. It doesn't drive like an SUV, that's for sure. That's first thing. Steering inputs are quite soft. It doesn't feel very stiff, and at the same time the suspension also isn't very rough, which is good. I can tell you one thing, I do have the transmission on the fastest mode, which if any of you are familiar with M vehicles, it's on the 3rd level. And transmission, like most M cars, is quite responsive and very, very fast as well. And you guys can probably hear those snap, crackle, and pops from the exhaust system. Let me just open up the window a little bit so you guys can hear that. Oh. Oh my God. I don't know what to say, that's incredible. There's also, if you guys noticed or heard, there's quite a bit of blow-off valve noise, which I love it. I love the sound of that. You can hear a kind of like noise. It's really, really nice. I do like the steering wheel on this. It is an aftermarket carbon fiber steering wheel. It feels very nice. It's thick enough. That's a good, nice little modification that gives you sort of a special feeling as well when driving the vehicle. Man, I gotta tell you guys, it's a savage feel when driving this thing. Wow. I can tell you the other thing also is the fact that when you're driving this car, you're definitely gonna be turning heads and you're gonna be attracting a lot of attention, not only because of the red wrap, but because of the noise that this thing brings out. Wow, wow, wow. Oof. I am in utter and complete love with this car. Like I mentioned before, the suspension is quite supple. It's not super stiff. I would say that the suspension in the M5 is probably stiffer than this. And the steering, like I said before, I wouldn't say is hard at all. This would make a great daily, to be honest, guys. Now, I can't say that I know how Lambo Urus feels, but I couldn't say that I could justify, you know, purchasing a Lambo Urus over this, modified as is, and paying, you know, probably an extra 100,000, 150,000 over this. Suspension's good, steering feel is good as well. A little bit soft. I wouldn't say it's very, very communicative because I don't feel much of what's going on the road. But it is also a great vehicle for daily drivability. So I wouldn't say it's more of a, it's not really like a track weapon. Definitely feels great. All right, guys, so we're gonna give this a quick push. So let's see how it feels. Wow. The transmission is so seamless, and the tires were just giving out because the traction control light was just flashing on me. And that was like going through second and third. So yes, I can confidently say that this has a good solid, you know, 750, 800 horsepower. I know that we don't have the actual figures, but definitely is much more powerful than the OEM power figures on this. Ultimately, not a lot of you guys probably are big fans of having modified cars because of all the little bugs that come with modifying a car, but I can definitely tell you that this car is a lot of fun to drive. It's very, very savage because of the noise and the power. And it definitely grabs a lot of attention, both because of the color and the noise that comes out of that exhaust. The Armytrix exhaust in this is just incredible. Some people might not like it just because if it's too loud, but you do have the ability of closing the valve, so you can go a little bit on stealth mode as well. So all in all, I really enjoy the drive on this thing. It's incredible, and you guys should give it a look. I mean, like I will mention at the end, this car will potentially be available for rent at Rice Motors. So make sure to check out the link in the description, and you guys can potentially rent this car. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review of this gorgeous 2021 BMW X6 M Competition that's fully modified, both under the hood, the exterior, and even slight interior improvements as well. Unfortunately, I don't think that video does this vehicle justice, because when you see it in person, it really blows your mind away, especially with that exhaust note. I really do enjoy the fact that you guys are watching these videos. Please let me know of any other content that you guys want to see. Thank you so much for all the support. If you guys want to rent this car, it is available for rent. Go check out Rice Motors here in Orlando, Florida. It is available for rent. I'll put the link in the description. You guys can check out their full lineup of vehicles. Don't forget, once again, to check it out. It's an amazing car. You won't regret it. So as always, thanks for everything. I'll see you guys on the next one.